the last defender.
I want to take a moment to talk about some of the movements in the email marketing industry that many entrepreneurs or people who might not be as familiar in the industry might not be aware of. And I think this can have pretty far-reaching implications for email marketing in general, the effectiveness of it, the competitiveness, and what your strategies and tactics should be. So it's email has been around for a long time, and every once in a while there's going to be a Gmail change in algorithms or some functionality, and then people pronounce that email marketing is dead. That I've seen various of these pronouncements, and to date, over a decade, it still is not dead. So it still remains a very useful field, a very powerful field for your marketing, especially if you do it correctly. But one of the biggest changes I see that not a lot of people are talking about, they are talking about it, but they're usually talking about the very specific change rather than the movement of where I think we're going, which is for the longest time, email has been almost this sort of viewed as a sort of like free marketing platform, right? Of course, you still have to usually pay a technology to deliver emails properly, and there's some costs associated with that, as well as production costs for creating good emails and content. But generally speaking, it's not as similar to, say, paid advertising where you're paying per click or you're paying per impression. So it's viewed more in the lane of maybe something more similar to organic traffic from SEO. But I see this is probably going to change in the next month to years. And we can see inklings of this because ultimately the relationship or the customers, right, or the end users are controlled by, let's say, the Gmails, the Yahoos, the Apple Mails of the world, right? So because they have that almost that control over the end user, then, and therefore profit companies, right? You can see where this is going. So while right now they don't charge people to kind of send email, right? I see that they're making it harder and harder to track your email marketing results. And by doing so, probably setting up for some sort of pay to play type of platform or deal. So moving more towards the case of paid advertising and pay per click. So you can see this because, for example, I think this was several months ago, but Apple Mail has changed their privacy settings, which makes your open tracking pixels all wacky. So you don't get very accurate open tracking results. And now recently they are removing automatically trying to remove the click tracking parameters on your links, which is very important for, tracking what happens when a subscriber clicks on your link, or even the fact that they do click on your link. So by taking away some of the most useful metrics of engagement that power a lot of email marketing strategy and analytics, they're making more and more of a closed wall where we don't have visibility into the results. So by doing this, it is in the name of privacy, and they probably have a point to that. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if in a couple months or couple years we're seeing a lot more where you have to play the actual inbox providers in order to have more access to the data when you send your emails, or even as some even higher level of gatekeeping around that. So I want you to kind of, as you're beginning a journey or wherever you are in the journey with email marketing, to keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that email will be dead. It just means it'll be more competitive. It'll be more difficult, and the return on investment will be a little bit harder than it is in the past, or even as it currently is, because you probably will have to pay an additional sort of transactional cost with these gatekeepers as well.
Well, such a really see how they left.